Say, baby, getting a beautiful day underway. You know, I knew it would be a beautiful day today. When I first looked out there this morning, took a little walk out there with the dog, and just about the time the sun was peeking up on the eastern prairies there, east of those old mountains behind us here in the western side of things. And oh my goodness, there was all these golden rays of light, illuminating the peaks above us. I always feel a little dwarfed, when I'm gazing up at these mountains, man. And, they just got so much power. You just feel them. You're walking out and you're actually got your back turned to them, but you'll actually turn around and face them because they just call to you, man, especially at times like that where they're casting these long shadows across the sky when the sun is lower than they are. All those golden rays coming up from behind them there, man. It's like, backlighting the magnificence of the thrones of God or something like that, man, in a rock and roll sort of way. That's life in Crestonia, man, especially on a beautiful day like today. I hope yours began in a very similar way, that you really had some good experience with Mama and the awakening of the sun already before even the Coyote Medicine Show here called Spring Creek on the Hazy Radio Network got underway, don't you know? Do that all in one breath too, man. Isn't that wild? Oh, baby, here's to you, you loving child. It's good to see your bright and shiny face today. Welcome to a Free Day Friday at Spring Creek. From the beginning, babies. That's the place we go back to the beginning of everything, man. Puff the Magic Dragon indeed. Did you realize the Magic Dragon, that little puffy boy, he actually lives in Crestonia, not in Honolulu anymore. He kind of likes the Rocky Mountain High, just like I do, guy. But he's an angel now, he's a she-nail. I mean, it's a, whatever. Anyway, but the Magic Dragon lives. I see him flying around the clouds here all the time, man. Just happy as all get out, Every now and then, the Thunder Gods will throw a little bolt of lightning at it just to see how good its dodging technique is. Hey, baby, Puff the Magic Dragon, magic, he lives outside of time. He can bop in it. You can't throw nothing at him. He'll see it coming and slow it down and beep out and beep in, and the thing just goes by him, and you think it went right through him. And you go, oh my God, but it's just magic, It's creation, Actually, Puffy's getting so good at this happiness thing that it's getting to where somebody draws back with the old spear to throw at him in the sky there as he's flying over. And suddenly the spear falls to the ground, and so does the person holding it. They're so overcome with the feeling of love and respect for the life around them. All at once, man. I mean, it just happens, because that's in everyone, and all it takes is a little flyover from Puff the Magic Dragon to let you know that things are all undone. You can go out now and have some honest fun and not have to worry about getting robbed or raped or polluted in any way, because it's a new way today here on that Everclear Hazy Radio Network, dear, and right there inside of your heart too, man. So man means business now, doesn't he? Yeah, we're getting with it today, man. Well, Oki's been kind of egging me on ever since I woke up this morning. He's just been playing the super cute role, man. He gets me giggling every time I look at him. Right now he's laying over there in his favorite, leatherette rocking chair. Well, actually, leather rocking chair. But anyway, just laying there with his old ears down, his eyes closed, and he's just dreaming the perfect radio show for us today, man. So I am really glad you came our way today, man, on this Free Day Friday here on this Hazy Radio Network, because babies, I reckon we got a little something for each other here, right? Well, and I'm thinking about a whole new contest, a whole new program here. We gotta pay a little tribute to the FM. They were always giving away tickets to concerts and stuff, so you promoters of concerts out there, send me some tickets so I got something to give away, okay? It don't cost me a whole bunch of money like that last contest did, but oh well, man, it's a good one, and it's more worth every dime you got to pay for it, man. By the way, if you'd like to accompany us on a very intimate little journey, intimate with the earth, intimate with the heart, not necessarily, what more can you need than that, really? What more can the earth offer you than that? See, this is a good time to get in touch with your heart and get in touch with this life and get to live in a more full presence in it, man. And one of the fun ways of doing that is coming over here with Grandpa Coyote, Pedro to some, man, or Pedro, or Peter, or Pita, some people say, but I say Pedro Coyote, man. Coyote, that's how, there it is. Almost got it. I'm lousy at Spanish, man, so forgive me if I can't even do Tex-Mex, man. I mean, I love to eat it, but to try to speak it, I don't know. No way. I know gracias and donata and stuff like that, you know. Very, very poquito, you know. But yet, I know the language of the heart intimately, you see. And that involves every language there is. So we speak with the language of the heart. And see, that's why we got all these different languages in this life and all these tribal separations and shit, man, is to help us see, you know, to get so desperate for communication, you to start to see the real communication, which is there at a heart level. It goes beyond the 3D of that. You have to give up this idea of a fixed reality. You know, you can have a place in it, you darn right. That's your berth, B-E-R-T-H. You know, that's where you tie up your ship, your rocket ship. But this is also where you expand from. You don't need no rocket ship. Hell, man, I went out with Buck Rogers in 1952. When I was still a little tiny tot, man. How about you? You were probably 82, man. Ronald Reagan gave birth to you. Oh, you poor child, man. How's it feel to be pushing 50, huh? Holy hell. 83 seems like yesterday, don't it? Well, today's the day, whatever day it is, whatever year it is, and whatever time it is in your place to be. Because, you know, when we're here broadcasting on this here internet radio called the Hazy Radio Network, what with Spring Creek, you know, the original waters of life flowing your way. Well, when we're doing that, man, we're moving multidimensionally. We're broadcasting, you know, through many different levels, through many different ways, man, and reaching every heart in the universe, wouldn't you say, in a very sly and humble sort of way. Coyote, man. Through and through. That's the medicine that's coming to you. And baby, you're going to find it gentle and pleasant too. Pretty soon, you'll be the one laughing your ass off, and guess what? You know, you'll have to go buy a new one down there at Walmart, man. Plastic ass, just $19.95 plus installation, I'd say. Was that Walmart or Woomart? I think that was Woomart, not Walmart. Walmart sells used toilets and things, right? Yeah. Oh, toilet paper. Okay, God. A big place for toilet paper, eh? But babies, whatever it takes to keep this whole life underway, let's keep it rocking and rolling today, you know. And if you got to go to Walmart, well, you have my sympathies, okay? But fill your shopping cart up and keep America great, you know. Oh, holy cow. Well, down here in Australia, you don't have to do that because that doesn't keep America great unless you're buying, you know, American products made in China. That kind of keeps us both great. You know, all three countries benefit, you see. I mean, boy, that's all. This internationalism makes me dizzy, you know, because I just don't see the divisions in this reality to begin with. I see the tribal cultures and I appreciate it, you know. Because I know they all come from one singular tribe, which is Mama's little tribe that began with this vibe in the first place many eons of time ago, man. So long ago that now we consider those people saints when they were actually worse off than we are because they didn't have all this timely experience under their belt the way we do, man. You know, now you can go back to the headwaters of life's little old Spring Creek, man. And fill your heart and soul with the love of Mother Earth, don't you know, and the Father Son inside of her beautiful golden heart. And oh my goodness gracious, this is the way your day does start on a free day Friday with Grandpa Coyote, Okiwankan, Puff the Magic Dragon, the Green Man, old Santa Claus and his 8-tiner reindeer, a real live coyote, a blue buffalo, Qualin, oh, and all the angelics tuning in, and oh, a little bit of Mary Jane, oh, and the grandchildren too, man. There's even more coming to you. I got an angel with a heart that's blue, but it radiates red when it feels like it, you know. Ooh, darling, don't you know the angel heart? You're going to find out all about that living work of art, the angel heart, because that's what's coming alive inside of you here at Spring Creek. First thing in the morning, too. Does it get much better than this? Well, I'll tell you what, baby. If you don't stay tuned, you're off your rocker, okay? I mean, really off. You know, I mean, we could buy you a new rocker. by golly, we're stepping into the great daylight, right here and now in that coyote sort of way. A return flight to Spring Creek, the headwaters of life, your place of beginning. Yeah, your moment of truth here in this funky little booth we call Studio 420 with Grandpa Coyote and friends aplenty, including you and Obi-Wan Kenobi too, our little assistant DJ, our co-pilot all the way, compelling our heart to come out and play again day after day, Monday through Friday here at Hazy Radio Network, man, hazyradio.com. We got it on. You want to get it cleared here? Get out of the haze, baby. Tune in here, hazyradio.com. Hey, listen, if you're interested in attending one of our live performances of the Coyote Medicine Show we call Spring Creek, don't you know? Well, you're welcome to come on over, man. Just send me a PM over on Facebook or something. I'll get back to you eventually. Give me a little time, man. It can be a little overwhelming at times, trying to answer all those suggestions and stuff, man. Wow. Some people tell me, go this way, go that way, and others tell me, well, you're just plain there. Well, babies, if I'm there, you are too, babies, because Okie just got us there with his sniffing little nose. He's breaking trail for us consistently, man. He's a brave little boy, too. He don't care what's out there. They won't bother him. He knows he's invincible, don't you? Well, let that little doggy show you how, man. Let him lead you around for a little while. I mean, his little spirit heart, you know. He'll show you the way around here in this place just beyond the atmosphere, this place where the dimensions all cave in and the rainbow began, and the creation below and the creation above are joined in our heart, in our sweet love, man. That's the place. That's the realm of angels where all of the angles come together in the universe. And guess what? There ain't a 90-degree angle anywhere. No square corners, just a lot of sweet turns, twists and turns, man, as we go through the rock and roll reality and unravel, you know, our little heart's harmony. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little more today, would you say? Because we're getting a really righteous Free Day Friday underway. What does that mean, Grandpa? Well, that means, darling, we're setting ourselves free to be exactly what we want to be. I mean, exactly what we want to be. And nobody or nothing's in our way. We feel no resistance in the reality around us. In fact, all we feel is a welcome home kind of feeling, man. Like the first time I drove into my divine little valley and knew I was going to live in paradise for a while. First time in my life, I felt that presence. It says, home, babies, you know. You better be careful. Never put the root down too deep, though, and not in a place. In the earth, yes, you know, but let that root be real flexible. But anyway, like that feeling, that coming home place, man, you know, that's where we are today in a cosmic sort of way, which, guess what, is what creates the reality we're living in here today. Spring Creek, babies. It's an original moment. It's the original truth flowing in a smooth little flow that can only be described as raucous rock and roll and a whole lot of other medicine for your heart and soul, even a little bit of funk and rhythm, a little bit of blues. Janis Joplin, anyone? Oh, goodness gracious. I'll tell you, this is one of the best little multi-dimensional presences of musical representation you're going to find in this reality that will bring you on home. Home to that heart of yours, man. You start to rock, you start to roll. You're sitting there in a chair and you're trying just to listen through your headphones, and pretty soon you're cranking up the speakers and shit canning the phones and shaking your booty in the way you should be, baby, you know. Because Grandpa's rock and roll, as we call it here, I mean, it don't belong to me, but it's just, you know, demonstrated through the multidimensional reality of my heart right now, okay? That's why you get it in that multidimensional way on the other side. You start to understand what's really going on here in that rock and roll sort of way, like we talked about yesterday, just like we're going into today. Here's the paradise that we live in already, baby. You know, that's what the rock and roll tells you. You know, it's the medicine of heart and soul. It's the union of, you know, polarities, babies. You know, it's the deep bass rhythm driving the rest of the symphony of life, just as it should be. See, that bass rhythm, the tribal harmony, you know, boom, 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 diddy, boom, boom, you know, all of that good shit, you know, and the boom, 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 boom. The things that get the old frogs are croaking and the rest of creation singing around it, you see, at bass rhythm. Started feeling separated, isolated, and, you know, the music didn't have that much bass in it for a while there, man. In fact, it was there for a while in what they call the Dark Ages. There was hardly any music. How obscene can it be, man? Well, that's what they want to do it again now. That's why it's so good that you tune in here at Hazy Radio and Grandpa's here with this, you know, classic rock and roll, man, which is the multi-dimensional medicine for your heart and soul, of course, man. Helps you realize the truth, helps you step out of that skinny little changing booth you've been living in. Never could decide what to wear on the outside, could you, man? Well, maybe what God gave you was good enough and you just hang something simple on that. And baby, you're departed in the heart and totally arrived at home, okay? In other words, you see it simply. And you accept the simple way, and it's so glamorous that you just knock everybody's socks off, and you don't need, you know, Pierre Cardone to design it for you or anybody else, man. You know, those little hipsters in New York can go trip on LSD a little more and find out what it really is to be part of creation, okay? You got a real designer heart right there inside of you. You know the simple way. Just follow the flow of love today, man. That's all it takes. And you'll always be dressed naturally. You'll always be presenting your natural self. And nothing else. You'll never be phony again. I know it's been a requirement here when you're serving that god of money. You have to cave in. I know. But you know you're being phony. You know you're just doing it for a paycheck, etc. You know, kissing ass for a few $1,000,000. Some people think that's nothing, that they'd gladly do it. You know, that's how desperate they are to feel something in this reality, to get out of the pit of, you know, the liberated poverty and slavery that goes with. Oh, bullshit, man. You know, poor folks is more rich than you rich folks ever dreamed of being. You know, they might be a little skimpy on this, that, and the other, but guess what? They got more love on the poor side than anywhere on the rich side. Oh, come on, Coyote. Now you're going imbalanced again, aren't you? Yeah, Grandpa. But see, that's the cosmic coyote there. See, the rich side and the poor side and the tenements and all that shit. You know? Oh, man, the governments deliberately create this shit, but they can't help it. They're instruments of the rich guys, too, the rich side, see. Everybody wants to live on the rich side, but, you know, it's not too overloaded, is it? No, in fact, that neighborhood seems to be emptying out, don't it? You know, like, and some of those houses just getting bigger than they ever should have been, right? Right. See, the disparity, you know. It was held in balance for a while, man. One side checked out the other. So it was all a living form of love, but it was very disharmonious in its expression. No one needs to do without, and no one should have way too much. You don't need it, you know. I mean, all you got to do is just live a good life, care about one another, take care about one another, and everybody's riding around like a rock star, man. We get, you know, luxury limo UFOs come take us away, man. We don't have to rely on Cadillac or Lincoln Continental to do it for us, and all those coach builders that give them a nice stretch, you know. Hey, baby, wouldn't it be nice to ride across the universe in, you know, a luxury limo UFO type thing? I mean, couldn't you dig it? Guess what? That's your home, baby, you know, at least for a long time. It lives there in the atmosphere, that edge of the atmosphere, way up there. It was at 95,000 feet, no, it's a little more than that. It's way up there, man. But it's way in here, too, see? It's where we stop seeing the division and start seeing the revision, see? The reawakening to the true dream in which we live. And baby, it's just, you know, well, it's just a little rock. It's just a little roll. It's a festival in the summertime where it only rains a little bit. And when it does, it brings a rainbow, a triple, quadruple rainbow. And all of a sudden, everybody's heart is aglow because everybody is the rainbow. And that's the beginning of the new life, the new world for humanity right there. That's you, that's me, that's all of us. Being musically set free. Because we finally understand the tones of the divine harmony and our place in them. See, that's Berth, B-E-R-T-H, finding your place, baby. Clink, clink, clink all the way around. Babies, you got that party hound, old Grandpa Coyote, helping you get down today, man. Along with Spanky and our gang and a whole bunch of others hanging out here in the green room at Spring Creek, man. Ooh, your moment of truth? Well, I don't know. Shit, take it for what it is, okay? It's just a Grandpa Coyote sort of thing, sort of way, okay? I mean, we're not trying to prove anything. Just help bring you back to life, no debate. Just go with the glow. Glow with the heart. Go with the flow, because flow is a damn good waitress, don't you know? So says Grandpa again, getting it clear here on the Hazy Radio Network. HazyRadio.com. We got it on, babies. Glad you do too. Place where the rainbow begins when love comes walking in. You bet you hear it Spring Creek, the rockin'est little radio show you ever met. You ever found yourself in view of, I'm saying right. This is radio that you can see, radio that you can be, multidimensionally, only and exclusively on the ever clear Hazy Radio Network, dear. Oh, darling, thanks for tuning in. 8 to 11 a.m. we come out and play along with my faithful little doggy companion, compadre, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a whole lot of other divine angels coming in to play. Don't forget now, if you want tickets to come and hang out with Grandpa while we're doing the radio show and have a great time, don't you know? Well, just give us a little PM over there on FB, baby, and we'll set you free. Also, man, get on over to thecoyoteclub.com. Check out the Win Big page, because there's where you can win big, taking a trip with Grandpa. Ooh, in a very literal sort of way, as well as mystical, wouldn't you say? Oh, yeah, darling, make sure, and if you believe in the green, well, I'm your love machine. Well, your tour guide too, man, but the real guide is your heart, man. We're just, gonna go find some places and some, probably some hot springs for starters, and then we'll move from there. We'll go to the wild ones, man. They're out there, babies, we're wild like that is. See, we're gonna set ourselves free on this little journey, this little mystery trip, man. That'll make history in your trip, babies, because it'll be the funnest little trip you could ever, I mean, you'll be stunned and astounded, but very pleased too, So and able to handle it as well. There won't be no difficulty along that trail. Smooth sail all the way, baby. So gather together with us naturally. If your heart's calling to you, you got to go be with the old Grampy. Well, you better come and do this journey. Now, if, the expense of it is a little much there, go to thecoyoteclub.com. Coyote spelled with a K, and club is too. TheCoyoteClub.com or TheCoyoteClub.com, because it's the one and only. And it's also a support portal for humanity, just like, we are here every day on the Hazy Radio Network with Spring Creek, man. That coyote medicine in that flow, don't you know? Right from the beginning. Always been there, always will be, you see. We're always kind of tricking ourselves and, dancing around inside of our hide when we're miserable, and miserable when we're really happy. And, wow, we've lived ourselves so oppositely, but we learned then to see beyond opposition into unity. The rock is the roll, the medicine that brings us forward, don't you know? The music that moves, that's a metaphor, baby, but it's also a bigger way of looking at it, too. See, it's expansive, it's multidimensional. You see, it's seeing it from the heart. It's freeing yourself from the prison of rigidity, man. Yeah, darlings, and the authoritarian de-headedness that goes along with it. You know what I say, baby? Let the flow of love take you along the way. Gather together with those of a natural feather, man, of a natural heart, of the same flow as you got, don't you know, as you progress in this heart. First, you center up yourself, of course, which means allowing it to be, allowing yourself to feel the centering. as you're rocking your little arse off here on this, Spring Creek radio show. Rock and roll, baby. It's medicine for your heart and soul. Let it move you. Let it, take you into that groove that grooves you, man. And this grok shit just right. Now, if you don't know what grok is, well, it's kind of like meld with, be one with. Grok is to understand completely the circumstance of another presence in this reality, whatever that may be. That's grok. When you're in total communion of the heart. Well, see, what does that lead to? An experience way beyond the 3D. Because grok is only kind of experienced in the 3D, is expressed throughout the multi-dimensionality. That's what grok is. That's when time, space, distance, all that kind of shite just comes to a complete halt because it's all bullshit anyway, man, Space, the final frontier, my backside, babies. One thing we're getting clear is we're not separated from anything, dear, not at all, and not any of our experience either. So you got to learn to let that crap go, not let it weight you down no more, okay? Just remember, we've been in a flow that's gone from this side to that side. I mean, down these rapid rivers of love that seem pretty dark and ferocious, man. If somebody was trying to ride down that thing in one of them inner tube boats, oh, goodness, they'd really have a challenge on that journey, man. But babies, it was treacherous waters. But guess what? We're down to the bottom end of those rapids now, man. We got the smooth sail ahead all the way to the bay of the ocean, man, where life rejoins itself with the mother love of the ocean. And the sandy shores and big old palm trees and, monkeys tossing coconuts at you to go with it too, man. I mean, but no ugly things hanging around to bug you no more, This is just, paradise, baby. But it's just where it begins. Just like it does way up above you in the top of those pinnacle peaks 1,000 miles distant from you, man. Sparkling in the bright sunlight from inside out like the crystalline love they are. And there's those little trickles of water that begins it all, flowing down those steep slopes way up top of those quartzite mountains, man. I'm telling you, glittering and glowing. That's what sets the water aflow, the water of life, the stream of love. That's Spring Creek, that first stream. Comes on down, man, and, radiates itself as it comes down the mountain and finds that, we've been down the treacherous rapids, now the gentle flow, and we begin to expand our experience, through the waters of life into everything around us, don't you know? Oh, baby. And the river starts to smile, man, and get it on in style. I mean, these little molecules are kind of like, bumping up against each other in the most unusual but pleasant sort of way. And guess what? It's all a smooth flow. Each one of us a molecule at the center of a whole bunch of other molecules. You know what I mean? It's all a matter of the perceptual range you're living it in. You might be a molecule inside this here humane body you're wearing, right? Well, you got the same conscious presence there as you got here in yourself, seeing yourself as a molecule of the larger presence of creation around, and loving yourself for it. Because, that molecule is the person that wears it, man. See, every little speck of yourself is like that. It's an exact duplication of your mother love, man, and it assembles you just like this, however it is you're expressed right now. And yeah, there's been some warpage in our expression, but don't worry about that shit, man. That's old hat, We're through with that, man. As long as you don't let the past weigh you down, you're coming around. And if you're letting the past weigh you down, it just slows you down. It won't stop us. There ain't no stopping us. Now, the flow of the heart is coming in because this is the moment we need to empower it. Don't you see? We've been forced to come out of the dark and into the light, right? Because, otherwise, it's just surrender and, be powerless forever. I don't think so, man. We know better than that. See, but we're not violent. We've had enough of war, a stomach full. That's why the people hesitate to do anything. Because they know the other side, the government or whatever it is prepared for war on the people and making it already. We know that. We're not stupid. But at the same time, we also, knowing that, seeing that, admitting that to yourself, for heck's sake, then you start to move beyond it immediately. You see, you start to find yourself getting empowered again, in the heart, the presence of the centering love. But it starts right there in the heart, man, all the time, man. It's where the rainbow begins. It's like Spring Creek, that place way in the high places, and the sandy shore. I mean, they're the same place, really. They're both Spring Creek. They're both the place of beginning. It was the mother love that walked up out of the ocean that created all the rest of it around us, man. You know, and those little particles of water that duplicated, nope, replicated. Spring Creek up there high in the mountains, the same as it was down here on the sandy shore, see? It all goes round in one great big old cycle, don't you see? That's time, baby. Replicating itself in nature, suggesting to you the nature of your waves and the flow of them. Now you can let go of all these absurd ideas you've had about how you have to manipulate your reality in order to have some substance or some comfort here, whatever it is you're looking for. Love, love, love. It'd be nice if everybody was hungry for love. Well, guess what? It's been that way, man. I don't know about how nice it was, man, because sometimes it would express itself quite violently, and that's not cool, man, you know. But how else could we tame down the wild spirits and energies we turned loose in the old so long ago, but come back here and be their victims for a while? Didn't matter whether you were which side of the pile you were on. You were the pile, man. You know, you were going through the motions of what's gone on for generations now. And most of the time in this life for the purposes of ending that cycle right there. And babies, as you progress through your healing process in the past, you know, you're getting out of it at last. Thank goodness, man. But as you go through your healing process, you're literally healing all the generations behind you because of the simultaneous nature of time. Because as you heal, you center up. And you begin to live a little beyond time. You know, it seems like time is an extension of your presence more than your presence in it, you see. But you're rooted down in a time-like reality, you see, the organic. That's why we made Spring Creek. It's why we made the firmaments and the waters and all that stuff, you know. It's the colors of the rainbow, silver, blue, and gold, baby, and a gazillion different representations thereof, you know. Plus green and violet and all that. You know what I mean? It's just, wow. It's the triple rainbow, man. Oh, no, it's the quadruple. No, it's a rainbow that don't know how to quit. It's just everywhere in everything, don't you know? It's Spring Creek, baby. That's the rainbow right where it begins. And what? Ooh, the rainbow loves being colorful. And the rainbow loves being the life that it is, you know. And it knows it's made of water and light. Just like everything around it. That's what it reminds us of, is our truth. For each one of us is that rainbow. Not just its beginning, but all of it too. We live it in a loving way. When you learn how to rock and then roll with it, okay? That's the way, man. Now here, you know, the lessons of the past are right here in this moment at last. And I want you to boogie woogie down and kind of grasp what they're trying to tell you here in this little Jefferson starship, okay? It's coming to you in that Coyote way, multi-dimensionally, like it does every day here, Monday through Friday. Not just this song, but a whole bunch of others too, man. The two nods that makes yourself large, man. Larger and larger and larger. Pretty soon, the Rawkit man out there, you know, sitting up there in a spaceship all alone, ain't so alone anymore. The whole life is surrounding him, and it's gathering to him. See, that's the experience. That's what the movie 2001, A Space Odessy, that's what old Kubrick missed there, man, you know. It was in that moment where the realization of the beginning is you're the molecule at the center of everything in your little spaceship love or whatever you're calling that automated thing, that tin can. But guess what? It's all as you make that realization, you become the center molecule of the blossom of life. And it all gathers to you and expands from you, too. See? That's the nature of it. You come from the loneliest place there ever could be, sitting in that tin can. Where's Elton John when I need him? I bet he's drunk again, man. Or he stumbled over those great big glasses he used to wear. You know, he left them laying everywhere when he quit wearing them. You know, now he stumbles over them. And I don't know why he doesn't just hire a house cleaner, but, you know, the British, what can you say? Okay, LT, we're just having a little fun with you. Don't shoot me, okay? I'm just a piano player, man. I'm innocent, I think. Well, maybe not, but, oh well, you don't have to shoot me anyway, right? Give me 3 steps, okay? Hey, babies, you're finding your way. Yeah, it's a comical sort of thing. That's why we call it Coyote, man. It's funny from top to bottom, even when it's heavily ironic. Yeah, and your teeth are just gritted together, and you're going, "Oh my God, how much more do I have?" And all that stuff. Starting to panic and sinking like the Titanic. But guess what? Every time you've gone down, you've come back around, haven't you? You're like me. You got that resiliency, man. You can't be clobbered too hard, man, 'cause nothing's too hard for you. You've been through it all, man. Through the generations, too, I might add. Just from the blood that boils inside of you, baby. What do you think you're so hot-blooded? Which means so dissatisfied with anything, that you've been able to try to satisfy yourself in this life with. It just hasn't quite got it, has it, Because it's superficial, and so its substance and form is superficial, too, when you live it that way. But when you live it in the heart-loving way, guess what? Then you become, that little molecule at the center of that grand blossom, man, You're the rocket man through and through. Elton John, I'm trying to find you, man, but we just pulled all of our way through, man, right there. That's 2001, A Real Space Odyssey in 2017, wouldn't you say? Grandpa Coyote helping you along the way, along with my loyal, let's sniff him out companion, Obi-Wan Kenobi, a yogi dog if ever there was one. A little miracle of life in weenie dog form, man. You ought to see him. He's my little hot dog, man. My little rock star. Yes, indeed, Well, babies, I don't mean to build him up too much, but there's just all these funny little metaphors built into that representation of dog being our co-pilot and so forth. And guess what? If I was up there being all alone in a tin can, I'd have to have a dog along with me. I'd just go completely berserk, wouldn't you? And the blossom would never happen. So, dog is our co-pilot always. Whether it's there in your heart or there in person, doesn't really matter, There's been a number of dog persons in my life, both in human and dog form, man. And I tell you what, they all still ride my heart. Same as all of the rest of the connected animals and people I've lived with, and known well, even though our connection might have been momentary. You see, we live every life we've ever encountered in this world. You know that? It's part of our awakening way. That's why some of us had to get out and expose ourselves greatly to a whole bunch of human beings so that we could be gathered together as a human being inside of ourselves. Putting together, a cosmic disharmony in a reharmonizing process. And not even knowing we were doing it, we just stumbling around the dark, knowing we had this great compulsion to travel and keep looking, that we couldn't be satisfied until we'd found what we were looking for. And sometimes I just compelled you to move a little more, I was born, under a wandering star, man, that kind of stuff, But it's that restless love that's kept humanity going through all kinds of hell and pain and grief and hardship. Do you know what I mean? We have been blessed all the way through it. In our darkest times, the greatest blessings, because we survived it. Somehow, humanity kept on going. And I don't know how to count the tragedies in the past, but I can sure tell you that you ain't been told the truth about any of that here. Or very little of it, but it's there on the internet now, or it's starting to pop up here and there. See, because the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you, mother love. Well, guess what? It's like beyond anything you can put in a book or a movie, or even a holographic world like this one. It takes something a little more than that to live that large of a life, that essential of a truth. So then we invented rock and roll and a whole lot of other magic to go with it, and we started creating change in this reality. When we knew it was time to rearrange, just like, when the daylight's coming and you dream a little quicker because you're running out of time, see? Well, we're running out of time, ladies. Haven't you noticed? Oh, baby, it's a flowing today in that coyote sort of way. From 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, me and my little guy helping you take off and fly, grow those wings, man. We'll see that you never lost them. If you defrocked, you deflocked yourself purposefully. Now it's time to reflock, okay? And find it in the coyote way because, through the joke, comes the understanding and the power of love that gives you that understanding. It keeps it rocking and rolling, man, and expanding and growing. Because when you understand, you're in it all, man. You can understand anything, in other words. You see, it's created of love, and you see the way back, okay? Yeah, darling man, thanks for coming and setting my little campfire of love here. I'm sorry I didn't have flame going in the background, but I'll get one of these days. Just got my hands full here, okay? Hazy Radio Network, we got it on at hazyradio.com when Grandpa Coyote and his little pal come out to play here early in the day. Aren't you glad you tuned into our little spaceship love? Yeah, baby. Ooh, I tell you what, we're a lot higher than 9,000 feet, ain't we? Yes, indeed.